part 2 of that thing, getting fired. The only reason why I say it like with a smile on my face, number one, I can't believe it, and I'm still in shock. I'm trying to process of why things happened the way it did. And anyway, look, basically I recorded them this time, like what they were gonna say, and I'll obviously like put that up somehow. I don't know how, but I'll put it up somehow. Like listen to everything they said and how they said it to me. Anyway, so let me actually figure out where I stopped. Oh yeah, well, like I said, when I was calling people, like I said, no one picked up. I called the other manager who, like I said, this is like last Sunday when I was supposed to come in and work like this one day. Yeah, I called them back. And, okay, well, no one's answering, so what happens now? Because, and I only said that because number one, like I said, I already told her my situation. I said, okay, well, look, I'm sick right now, and I'm sorry. I would come in, but I really can't. And, what do I do? Your option didn't work. This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, your option didn't work, so, what happens now? Keep in mind, I've never had to do this before, so I don't know the procedure. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, what did she say? She's like, well, hey, well, try this number then. Try this person. And I'm like, okay, well, what's their number? You know what I'm saying? I'm going with it because I'm willing to get this started. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind as long as this gets handled because I didn't want to inconvenience them. I mean, I didn't want to, but hey, that's just what it is. And if you haven't been keeping up or watching whatever, this job has been causing me a lot of stress already because these people are, they've already shown me that they're kind of, Anyway, so I'm like, okay, what's the number? This is back the thing like last Sunday. I'm like, okay, so what's the number? She's like, you know what? Never mind. And she starts saying something else like, are you sure you can't? Or why are you only calling me right now? Something like that. And then I said, I'm sorry. I was really sick and I couldn't find my phone. And I would come in, but I mean, I live an hour away, and I'm sorry. Who else can we call? I said something like that. I'm like, who else can we call? Because, I live an hour away from work, and, I just think it's better to call someone else who's, like, closer rather than, me showing up. This is exactly why I'm calling now. Everything I'm told, this is exactly why I'm calling now, because I would rather, someone else possibly come in. That's why I'm asking for another number or waiting to see if there's another number, like, on the list. And the list is basically, you scan on the schedule for this week or next week or whatever to see who can cover your shift, who's supposed to be working also or who could. I'm saying who's free. That's what I meant by the list. And I'm like, I was like, I'm sorry, but I mean, I live an hour away, and I wouldn't want to drive all the way down there to be like 40 minutes late or 20 minutes late for a shift. And that's why I'm calling you ahead of time. And I'm just telling you, I'm just going to tell you that I don't think I can make it, like, at all. That's what I said, and that's what I meant, because like I said, it makes sense. Why would I just call and say, hey, I'm going to be like 20, 40 minutes late for my shift? Because no, I think that's even worse than that's even worse than not showing up at all, because there's no trouble in them having to frantically run around and waiting on your ass. That's going to be 20, 40 minutes late anyway, And anyway, how when I was on the phone with Dana, and I thought I was just talking so perfectly calm and so fluid towards her, to that bitch. Well, apparently, just like with the other manager, I don't know how they had taken it. I really don't, because they seemed calm and nice with me. Again, they like I said, they ended the conversation with, okay, I'm really sorry, and just bring in a note. Okay, next time you have to bring in a note. Okay, that's our policy, but I hope you feel better. Okay, thank you very much. All right, goodbye. That's how it ended. Fucking disconnect. But back to right now, in between the time we were waiting for that bitch, Dana, that's all I'm going to call her right now, that bitch, because, okay, so they said, my manager was like, okay, so pull up a chair, John, sit down. I'm like, okay, I sit down, and anyway, I have on an apron or whatever, too, because I was just out there. Keep in mind, this is today, as of today, this all just happened, like, not so long ago, like maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Anyway, now I rushed over here to try to be late. I made it on time. Got dressed, and I was, rushing here to get here on time. I got here on time and everything, and clock in. And then they had my ass work for about 10, 15 minutes until until that dumb fuck pulled me aside. And he was like, John, I have to see you. And I didn't think anything of it until then. He said, like I said, he was like, yeah, we're going to have a little talk. That automatically, you know what I'm saying, it triggered me, and I thought, ugh, is this another talk? What the hell do we have to talk about now? What the fuck is the problem now? You know what I'm saying? I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of these idiots. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? That's everything I was thinking. Like, this better not be another talk. But I could tell by the tone of his voice, obviously it was. It just, what the fuck? What the fuck? And anyway, yeah, he's like, okay, we're just going to sit here, and I called Dana, and we're just going to wait for Dana to come in. I'm like, okay, and then about a minute or two later, I asked, because I'm just sitting there, and eventually, like when you're sitting there, and a minute seems like forever, so I'm just like, and again, when I asked, I wasn't like impatient, I wasn't like, oh God, when is she gonna be here? No, I was like, I asked, again, just plainly, just politely, I'm like, is Dana like, 2 minutes away, or, like, how far away is Dana, you know what I'm saying, like, how far are they? And he was like, well, I don't know where she is, I don't know how far away she is, but, and this is how I said it, he's like, I don't know where she is, but you're gonna sit there, and we're gonna wait for her, okay? And automatically in my head, I'm like, okay, like, who the hell are you using that tone with? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? Who the hell you think you are? But of course I let it go because, you know what I'm saying? It's work, and I'm not trying to have anything else get started. I'm really not. Anyway, Dana finally shows up. And I recorded everything they said too, but basically they're like, okay, we've lost faith in you that you can do this job. But, and I'll put the recording up, but I want to say though first, and you'll hear in the recording, I didn't say anything except when they started asking about this other tax paperwork, but that's kind of useless to me unless it involves taxes being taken away from me or in some way, I don't know. Again, I wouldn't know because I've never really dealt with that stuff before. But in my mind, I see it as useless because if it's telling me how many taxes were taken away, it's already basically said on my paycheck anyway. So anyway, I don't know what to expect from that W-2 paperwork or whatever, but whatever. I was like, yeah, anyway, you'll hear in the recording I said my response to that. Though, in between Dana getting there, and I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't record him saying this, the manager, but, I don't know, I'm really pissed. Like, part of me wants to go back there, go up to their counter, and order something, and then, like, just leave, or something. Some part of me just wants to go up to them, wait for one of them to come up to the counter, and just say, fuck you. Part of me just wants to throw this damn hat in their face. But then, of course, if I do the third option, then, like, the police will probably get, like, called at me. But that's how upset I am. Like, fuck, don't I have a right to be fucking upset? Don't I? Like, what is this? I get it, like, put it away, and it doesn't have to be a big deal, because, obviously, if these people, like they were, if they're causing so much shit and making so many unnecessary problems, then why the hell is it a problem anyway? And plus, if this other job comes around, if I was thinking about leaving them anyway, why should it really be a problem? I know. I just can't stand people getting satisfaction like this, because, anyway, I can't stand this shit. I'm going to tell you what my manager said, though, before Dana showed up, alright?